Okay, so we will study how to report a revision. The section number 5. So what is revision? Well, revision is a potential liability that may become an actual liability in the future. And there are 3 levels of provision, including probable, reasonably possible, and remote. Probable means likely to occur. Reasonably possible, which means could happen, or remote is unlikely to occur. So when we think of provision, we will think of the warranty cost. So for example, you are an owner of a merchandising company and you sell iPhone to your customer. So when you sell the iPhone to your customer, you have to think of the warranty cost. Okay, so what warranty cost is a potential liability that may become an actual liability in the future. So we can say that warranty cost is an example of provision. Okay, so there are 2 main entries that you have to think of when you do the entry for provision. So the first is we record the honored warranty contract on sale. And the next is adjusting entries, or in this situation we will estimate the guarantee liability. Okay, so for the first entry, we honor guarantee contract on sale. Guarantee liability will debit and repair parts will credit. And for adjusting entries, we have to estimate guarantee cost. So here is the formula of guarantee cost. So we use the total units cost. Please keep in mind this is total, okay? And rate of defective units in percentage and the average repair cost. Please keep in mind that this is repair cost, not price of the product. Repair cost, not the price to purchase the product. Okay, so warranty expense will debit and warranty liability will credit. Warranty expense increase and warranty liability increase. You good? Okay, so let's take an example. Take a look at this example. So this company, Danson Company, they sell 10,000 washer and dryers. So okay, so they sell washer and dryers with this price is 600 for 8 washers and dryers. And they said, okay, they estimate that they expect that 500 units, or we can say 5% of 10,000 washers and dryers will become defective, and the cost and warranty repair cost, which mean the cost to fix to repair these defective dryers and washers is $80 per unit. Okay, per unit. And in this year, this company they honor warranty contract on 300 units. So which means in 2017, in this year, they already performed 300 units, which means that 300 units were defective, and they had to fix, they have to repair the defective dryers and washers to the customer. And the cost of these 300 units is 24,000. Okay, if they don't provide you this information, you can easily calculate it by okay, so let's calculate it. The total cost of defective unit. Okay, so you can remember the cost, the repair cost is 80, right? Multiplied by the unit that are defective, and they honor that. So you can easily find that, okay, there are 24,000 cost, okay, dollars to repair 300 units. Okay, and at December 31, at the end of the year, they accrue the estimated warranty cost on 2017 sales, on this year's sales. And first they compute, to calculate the estimated guarantee liability. So when they require you to estimate guarantee liability, we think of the adjusting entries. Here, estimated guarantee liability. So you have to calculate the guarantee cost. Okay. So I will write here. Warranty cost equal the total units. So there are 10,000. 10,000 units of washers and dryers were sold, and multiply the rate of defective unit is 5%, and multiply by the average repair cost is 80. And when you use your calculator, the answer will be 40,000. So warranty cost will be 40,000. And to do the entry, we write down the warranty expense. Debit with the amount is 40,000, and warranty liability is the same amount, is 40,000. Okay, next they require you record those repair costs in 2017 to honor warranty contracts on sale. So the first entry is to honor warranty contract on sale, right? So warranty liability debit and repair parts credit. And in 2017 they honor 300 units, right? They honor 300 units, and the cost of it will be, you will use this amount that they honor, 300 units multiplied by the repair cost is 80. Then you will got the amount of repair parts is the cost of repair cost. The cost of repair is 24,000. So the entry is as below. Warranty liability, debit and repair parts, credit with this amount, 24,000 and 24,000. This is the honor warranty contract on sale entry. Okay, next, they require you to make adjusting entry at December 31 for 16,000. Okay, after it adjust for 24,000 of warranty claims honor, which mean at the beginning they estimate that in this year there are 500 units, which means 5% of the washers and dryers will be defective, and they estimate that they have to perform the warranty contract with the price is 40,000. So the price is 40,000, and then but after at the end of the year they realize that they don't have to perform all of these amount, all of 14,000. They only need to perform 24,000 amount. See, because they expect that 500 units will be defective, but they only have to honor 300 units, honor warranty contracts on 300 units. So when you minus this amount, you will got the outstanding amount is 16,000, which means that you don't have to honor warranty contracts on this cost. This is the part of posting to estimate the balance of warranty liability. And yes. And this is adjusting entry. So we write down the same entry for the case number 2 is warranty expense and warranty liability. With the amount is this one is 16,000 and 16,000. You can see the entry is here. And assume that this company, they replace 20 defective units, which means they have to honor warranty contracts on 20 units. In the first month of the next year, the cost is the same, is $80. Okay, and we have to do the entry to record on the warranty contracts on sale, which means you first you have to calculate the cost. Okay, so you use 80 is cost per each unit multiplied by the 20 defective units, and you got the amount is 1,600. So warranty liability with debit and repair parts through credit with the amount is 1,600. Okay, so this is an example, another example. So for example, this company Alice, they sell 10,000 products. With the price is 500. Okay, and the selling price includes warranty, of course, and they expect that 4% will be defective, and the repair cost, okay, is $60 per unit. Okay, so and during the year they honor warranty contract on 250 units, 50 units. So which means in this exercise you have to do 2 main entry, okay, 2 main transactions. The first, we have to do the adjusting entries. So we write, so we have to estimate the warranty cost equal the total unit sale is 10,000. Okay, multiplied by the defective, the rate of defective units is 4%, and multiplied by the repair cost is 60. So the amount that you got is 24,000. So warranty expense and warranty liability. Warranty expense will debit and warranty liability will credit with the amount is 24,000. And next we have to record the honor warranty contract on sale. So they said that they honor this amount. Okay, they honor 250 units. So we have to estimate the cost that the total cost that they had to spend to honor these guarantee contract. So you will use 250 multiplied by the cost. The repair cost is 50. So the amount that you will got is 15,000. So because they said honor, right? We're doing the honor. So warranty liability, debit, and repair parts credit. Here, with the amount is 15,000. Okay, let's do the another exercise to understand more. So in exercise number 3, this company they sell automatic can openers. Okay, I don't care. And they said that 3% will be defective, and the average cost. Okay, we can say the repair cost. The repair cost is $15. And they provide you 2 months. Okay, November and December. For each month, they will got different units sold and different units defective prior to December 31. So for November, the units that they sold are 30,000, and for December is 32,000. And the defective unit for November is 600, and for December is 400. So first, let's do the transaction. Okay, the journal entries to record the estimated liability for guarantee and the cost they honor. Okay, so let's do the estimated liability first. So which means that you have to do adjusting entries. So warranty cost equal the total units sold, but because the total units sold, multiply the rate of the effective unit and multiply that by the average unit cost. But in this example, you got 2 months, right? So I will classify it into 2 months. So first is November, and second is December. So November they sold 30,000, and December they sold 32,000, and then we multiply by the 3%, the same, and then we multiply the repair cost is $15. Let's calculate. So for November, it will be 30,500, and for December is 14,400. And so the sum of November and December is $27,900. So warranty expense will debit and warranty liability will credit with the amount is 27,900. The liability is the same. And next, you have to honor, okay, 1,000 warranty claims. So let's estimate the cost of 1,000. So you use 1,000 multiplied by the cost is 15. Then you got the amount is 15,000. So because we're doing the record honor warranty contracts on sale, so warranty liability, debit, and repair parts credited. With the amount is 15,000. Okay, next let's do the next question. Is they ask you to determine the estimated warranty liability at December 31 for the units sold in November and December. So I will classify in two cases. First is November and the next is December. So for November, there are 30,000 units sold. Multiply by their percentage. And the amount you got is 900. And for December is 32,000. Multiplied by the percentage is 3%. And you got is 960. And this is the next is units that defective. You can see it here is 600 for on November, and December is 400. So the outstanding, you will use this amount minus this amount. So 300 for November, and for December is 560. Okay. And the total outstanding is 860. So the estimated warranty liability is 860 multiplied by their cost is 50 is 12,900. And for city said now record the honor ring of 520 contracts in January, but the cost is 15, the same. So you use 500 multiply by 15. You will got the amount is 7,500. It's the same to the first entry is honor warranty contract on sale. So warranty liability, debit. And repair part, credit.